Hello, welcome to Fan Formula once again. This week it is, what is it actually called this week? F1 changes. Yeah, so a couple of notes first of all. Big thank you to everyone who commented on my supremely awesome dancing last week. It will not happen again unless some exceptional circumstances occur, but we'll see about that. On other news, I have a beard now. Beards are cool. And yeah, well done to Dom as well for the half marathon run they did the other day. I would have come down, it's only a couple of miles down from my house to Bourneville, but I opened the door and it was freezing cold and foggy. So instead I sat inside and watched it on the telly and tweeted good luck to everyone. That's just as good as going down. So anyway, let's roll on with the old fan formula question, shall we? It was announced this week that the New Jersey GP is postponed until 2014 season. If you could choose only one circuit to replace it that is not currently on the list for next year's calendar, what circuit would it be and why? Gutted about New Jersey, because, you know, that could be a really special race. It will be when it finally comes around. But on my own opinions of Jersey, when I've been there, it's not surprising that they haven't got their act together. I mean, the taxi driver didn't even know where New York was when I went there, so that's what you get. As for a circuit to replace it, I suppose one of the French Grand Prix, Manicourt or Paul Ricard, could have been a good circuit to try it on. I've a lot of mixed opinions on Manicourt. We had a few good exciting races in the early days. At the end of its tenure, it kind of stagnated. I always loved the long second corner down to the Adelaide hairpin, and the faster chicanes through the second sector in there. That was always a good sector. I haven't really had a good look at the Paul Ricard circuit apart from on I think they've raced the Superbugs there, or the MotoGP, one of the ones. But that looks a well improved circuit how it used to be. There are a lot of upgrades to it, and I think that is pretty much ready for Formula 1 racing now. So they're looking forward to get a race there. Otherwise, I think I have heard rumours that they're considering taking it to Mexico, the circuit there, which I think they used for IndyCar racing. That's a decent circuit. I think that could have been done. Otherwise, Austria, the A1 ring, I suppose not really people even remember that race. It wasn't the most exciting track at all. I think the most exciting thing that ever happened there was probably, was it Schumacher Barrichello, when people just stopped on the line to let him go past. I think that's when the old team orders were all coming after that race to stop that happening. It's been scrapped now, but that was it. And but yeah, that'd be an interesting race with the current regulations and that, I think. A lot of hairpins, a lot of fast straights. No, we don't have the many races in that part of the world anymore, really, Austria. But otherwise, maybe into Russia, the new circuit there. Funny story, I met a person at a wedding once who was a advisor to one of the Russian oil billionaires, and he was basically saying that they're definitely going to have a Formula 1 race there, probably by 2015, because whatever the oil magnates in Russia want, they get, and the advertisements and the publicity from a Russian Grand Prix will be brilliant. Unfortunately, I think I didn't catch that dude's number, so my free ticket to that Grand Prix is, unless I could come and stumble across him again one day, which is very unlikely, I won't be getting a free ticket to that race, but that could be a good race. But if I had to choose one circuit I'd like to see, I'd like to see Manicourt back for one season, so I'd say Manicourt in France. I'll run on to the next question. Number 2, Felipe Massa has signed a contract to remain with Ferrari next year. With rumour spinning and gossip that Vettel set to join the Prince in 2014, do you think Ferrari have made the right decision with keeping the two drivers for the next season? Well, the last few races, Massa's been back up to probably his pre-incident of, was it Hungary 2009? he's not really been the same since after Lint, but the last few races he's really got his speed back. He's competing. He's a lot better than what he used to be, and I think it could be an interesting move and a safe move for Ferrari. Bringing someone new in for what could be only one season is a difficult move to make. You don't know how they're going to bed in with the team. Alonso could be a quite volatile character, especially back to his McLaren days with Hamilton. So you want a team that works well, and with what you see from Alonso's Twitter and whatnot, he seems to be very happy to have Massa alongside him, and I think that's what you want, a happy Alonso going into next season. 2014 will be a completely different year with the whole new England engine regs and whatnot, so that'll be very interesting to see what happens in them. But for next year, I think keeping Massa is probably the right decision for Ferrari, and then after that to see what happens. Will he drop down the grid? Will he leave the racing altogether? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think it'll be for this next season, I think it's probably the best move for everyone involved. Question 3, with Manisha Kauterborn officially taking the role of team principal at Sauber and Susie Wolff gaining a drive in an F1 car for promotion at Silverstone, do you think that F1 is now seeing a male sport stigma disappear? I don't think it's been a male sport stigma for a while. I think that women have been allowed to come into the sport a lot more recently, and I think that if a woman driver was to come in with the skills and the ability to handle it with the male drivers, then they'll be given a chance. You see in other formulas and circuits around the world that women are seen as equal in racing terms to men. I know in a couple of American circuits and in a couple of European formulas, you see some women drivers in there now, and you have seen women drivers doing testing for some of the lower teams. I could probably say within a few years' time, if there's a women driver coming through, you might see one taken to like a Friday practice session. But the fact of the matter is, you're going to have to be a special talent to get into Formula 1, and given the fact that there's probably one female driver for every 500 male drivers throughout the world of racing, getting a female driver that good to get into the top 24 drivers in the world, which is what Formula 1 drivers pretty much are, is very unlikely. So I think if one comes through who's a special talent and who definitely given a chance, they could do it. As with other roles of Formula 1, I believe next year you probably will see a female host full time on the BBC. That's something. And the role of Formula 1, women in Formula 1 has changed a lot now. You see a lot more doing more of the technical things, and to see Manisha as team principal at Sauber, but she was already pretty, I think she was CEO of Sauber or something at the time anyway, so yeah, I think it's good to see that, but I wouldn't really say it's been a male dominated sport for a while now. So shall we go on to the bonus question? With only 4 races of the season remaining, which driver is currently in the top 2013 do you think is the most approved to keep his seat for next year? If I'm going to say 2, I'll say 2, probably Kobayashi and Senna, because Kobayashi is under pressure anyway. Sauber seem to look like they've got the drivers lined up if they want to get in, and Kobayashi's going to have to pull some out of the bag the last 4 races to keep his seat. Senna has got #Bottas down his back, and he hasn't shown the potential as Maldonado has. Of course, I haven't got the points table in front of me, but I'm sure Maldonado is well ahead in that, and Senna hasn't really shown his ability. Elsewhere down the grid, you look at the back markers, and obviously I think the whole of them could change. I think De La Rosa's got a contract for next year, but the other ones could all be up in the air. Whoever brings the most sponsorship money in will probably get a drive. So I think this could be Petrov's last season. Sorry, Tash. And I think it may be even Carter Kayan, perhaps Glock as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens down the grid. But for the 2, I think are going to miss out next year, and I think are going to miss out are Senna and Kobayashi. I think they're won't be with the teams that they're current with, put it that way. Maybe Kobayashi will drop down to one of the lesser teams, we'll see. And yeah, that's my fan formula for this week. So yeah, thanks for all the messages about Gangnam Style last week, and we're looking forward to India next week. Please someone tell me what time the sessions are going to be, because with all the daylight savings switching over and whatnot, I ain't got a clue, and I'll probably end up missing the whole lot. So someone let me know about that. And I'm sure some of you would have known, my wife is now pregnant with our second child, so all of my plans of going to a Formula 1 race next year are pretty much shelved until the end of the season. It maybe I might have to sneak one out, but yeah, so thanks for all your messages on that as well. And this has now been going on for 11 minutes, so I better stop and hope this unloads in at least 10 minutes or less, not the 12 hours it seemed to take Tasha's one to load. I haven't seen everyone else's videos yet, I'll watch them later. And bon voyage.